So big snowstorm, big storms the last, gosh, 10 days? So big snowstorms, horses out in the field, in the snow, and we have not worked or trained them much. Oh, I guess since maybe March 12th and today's the 21st. So that, today's 21st of March. So these horses are what I call full of it and raw because they've been turned out eating green grass. So I'm in Montana, and this time of year is when most people get hurt because the horses have been out in the fields being feral, and they run in herds and they all interact with each other, and they kind of forget that they're supposed to take care of us two-leggeds. So these are my two best saddle horses, and I'm just reminding them that they actually do know how to work with a rhythm. The brown horse I've had 7 years. The gray horse I've had about 6 months. So brown horse knows way more than white horse. White horse is half Percheron, half quarter horse. Brown horse is half Andalusian, Spanish horse, and half quarter horse. So she's called the Azteca. White horse we call the half perch. So he's a half draft, so he's not a hot horse. This is a Spanish horse, probably crossed on some pretty high-powered quarter horse. So this is what I call very hot horse. She's very friendly. She's very sweet. She's not a bronc, but she's very hot. Hi! But she knows join up. Come in. She knows join up. Yeah, her whole personality changed once she and I developed join up. So she and I have an understanding. I know that she's hotter than hell. And I've been around a lot of hot horses. I used to have race horses. And I had thoroughbred jumping horses. So she's really, really hot. But you can also tell by the shape of her skull that she's not, I'd say, super intelligent. I'm not being mean to her, but she's got a double cowlick. She's really hot. She definitely has that Roman profile, not as bad as some. Here we have the gray horse. He's half perch, and he's definitely has that Roman nose from a draft cross. Now, while I'm walking around, you can see she's going to follow me because once you get join up, come on. So she quit me. But one thing when you're training horses, you can't be like, oh my God, my horse did something wrong. My horse did this, my horse did that. You're the trainer. You're the one that builds in the relationship. And it can't be that you punish the horse every time it does something wrong. You have to be a really good trainer and train your horse to do the right thing. Now, if we'd hopped on these horses and gone out and rode, they might have bucked around and been pretty awful to ride today. After, I don't know how many days it's been, at least 10 days since we've caught them up and worked them or cinched them or even hardly groomed them. We groomed them a lot yesterday, trying to catch up with the mud. The snow melted and we had a lake. So there was a lot of extenuating circumstances why we couldn't ride. Come in, come in, come in. There you go. Come on. Good girl. And the thing about this horse, she does join up, but she'll do it for pretty much anyone that gives her the right signals. And that's where she works as a therapy type horse. Come on. There you go. So she's hot. She's not super smart. She's extremely alpha. She is the #1 horse always in every herd. and she can bite and kick and get her way in the herd. So being super alpha and super hot, you know, I don't fight with this horse. I mean, I've been riding her a long time. We get along great, and she's exactly what I need her to be. Very smooth, because I'm 71, and I did have a dislocated pelvis about 10 years ago. So I'm always being just careful with myself. I'm in my 70s. Been riding seriously since I was about 10 years old. And the best thing is I actually worked for my lessons. I worked for my lessons. And this meant that I did all the grooming and the catching and the leading and the tacking and the preparing of horses for trainers. Also worked at a rental stable, and I worked at a sales barn. So my younger life was never riding in a horse show. It was riding all day long on stuff that was for sale or guiding trails. I rode a lot of horses that were for sale and showed them for sale. And then you get a little commission. When I was a kid, I'd be riding rotten little ponies and get that little extra $10. That meant a lot of money back in the 60s. So I'm working this horse now. You can tell the difference in her body language. She's real soft. Come in. Come here. Come on. There you go. Well, let's go to the mounting block here. Come on. Come on. She says, I'm a good girl. So she's a very nice, me and her have a friendship. We get along really good. She's my number one horse. I'm careful who I let ride her, but she does join up for almost anybody. All right, well, this is a 7-minute video, but I just wanted to show you guys the beginning of how wild and rough they looked, and how nice and quiet they are now. Now we'll tack them up and go for a nice ride, and I'll probably be videoing from her back, which I do quite often. So anyway, it's a beautiful spring day in Montana, and it's not too hot, and it's not too cold, and it's not too windy. So we've had some pretty big storms here into February and into March, but today's the first day of spring. So happy spring, everybody.